Like just slid into DMs.
I had Noah Schnapp slide in my DMs.
Hey yo, they said that like they make your tour guides like very attractive.
Like if we were of age, I'm sure something bad would have happened.
Yeah.
I didn't, bro.
If he was accepted, he would not have gone to y'all.
I wouldn't, bro.
I get bitches. What's your point, bro?
I mean, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, dog.
Have you been?
Damn,
He
just called me ugly as fuck.
No, bro.
He just called me ugly.
I'm saying like
a supermodel just called me ugly. How's it going, man? My name is Jacob Spin, along with my co-hosts Aiden and Jack. We have a special guest in the building, or his building, Mr. Grant Tucker. How's it going?
What's happening? What's up, boys? Thank y'all for having me.
Good.
What you been up to, bro?
Man, you know, I just graduated on Tuesday, and you know, it's been a ride. I started my TikTok pretty recently, so I've been doing a lot of that and getting ready for college. I'm going to Yale next year, so if you don't follow me on TikTok, you should, at Grant Tucker 1T, and check me out. Follow me on my journey. But you know, I'm happy to be here. Help out the boys, spread the wealth. So
and you were accepted to how many?
6 Ivies.
I got six Ivies.
Out of how many did you apply?
I only applied to 7. I didn't apply to Columbia because.
So who was the one that?
Columbia. I was talking to Jack about this. I don't like New York because Columbia's in like a crappy part.
Newsflash, bro. He does not care about y'all.
I didn't, bro.
If he was accepted, he would not have gone to y'all.
I wouldn't, bro.
So
I mean, if that was all,
bro, don't lie.
On the real, if I only got into Columbia, I'd obviously go. But I got waitlisted at Dartmouth. Was the only one that.
Damn. That's cool too. Like,
was Yale always gonna be like your first choice,
bro? So like, Yale. Honestly, before I toured, so it's a crazy story. So through TikTok, I met these two people, CC and Briley, who go to Yale, and they're students there. They're sophomores now, and they offered to take me around Yale when I was touring Yale, Harvard, Princeton, respectively, in one weekend. I hit all of them 2 days each. Damn. And so I was go. And before that, Princeton was my number one, like 100%. Like I was going to Princeton, but I didn't know like I would actually get in. So I was like, holy cow, like I have to pick between, you know, like Harvard, Yale, and Princeton. So I went to Yale. They took me around, and they took me to the frats. Like I went to AE Pi, like Sigma Chi, like every.
I heard a lot of colleges.
They said that like they make your tour guides like very attractive.
Oh no, bro! Like
not
that.
They take you to the parties, but they also give you very attractive tour guides.
This was not set up by like anybody. Like they DM'd me on Instagram. No, this was not like they reached out to me. And
was this before or after you got like TikTok? Like
this was like as like when I posted that first video, they got like 11 mil on my reactions. They reached out to me and they were like, "We need to like meet this kid or whatever." So they took me around, took me to all the frats. Gave me food, like let me have the dining hall food, bro. It was crazy. Like I was like, after this I want to go to Yale. And then I went to Harvard, and like contrary to popular belief, like I don't like Harvard. I think that like it's a really touristy school, and like don't get me wrong, it's Harvard. Like everybody knows Harvard. Like if I say Harvard, you know what I'm talking about. But I don't know, I didn't like it that much. And then I went to Princeton. I loved it. And so, you know, it was a close decision, but I ultimately decided to go to Yale. I'm happy with it.
What are you planning on doing in college?
So I'm gonna do Navy ROTC. You know what ROTC is? Yeah. So yeah, it's not like the junior ROTC that they have in high school. It's nothing like that.
Not like a one of those kids.
One of those like weirdos.
No. You're talking to a future commanding officer, sir. But
where the full body camo suits in the hallways, bro.
Nah, I will have to dress in uniform, but I'm gonna do ROTC there, and it's Navy branch, and I'm going to do that and probably study environmental science or engineering, do something STEM related, go into the Navy for 5 years, and then go to grad school after that. That's kind of like my base plan right now.
And what do you want to do in grad school? Like, what do you want to get you?
Man, I don't know. I'm open to medical school or law school. I'm not really sure. I'm just going to take like 2 years to decide.
So how early did you like really have a plan or see this as a possibility that, damn, I might get accepted into Ivy League school? Like, was this something you early on, like in middle school, that this was your goal, or were you always just like, let me just do the best I can and see what happens? And like,
it was kind of like that. It was like in second grade. I remember my mom always telling me that like I always talked about going to an Ivy, but it's to everybody. It's just like
grade.
Yeah, like I always have just said like I want to go to an Ivy. Everybody says like I want to go to Harvard, but you don't really mean it. And then when I got to Fletcher my junior year because I transferred out of Stanton because, I mean, we all did it. We didn't like it that much.
When I heard the news that
we need to talk about that too.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. But I got some stuff to say about Stanton, bro.
So, like, I went to middle school with him. This is where we met.
Uh-huh.
I'm not even going to say the middle school because I hated it, personally. Whatever.
I
But he liked it, whatever. But
Julian Landon.
this kid, yo.
Shout out, Julian
Lions, bro.
No, bro.
He hated it, but I know he loved it. Bro.
Oh, he
No,
loved
bro.
it.
The only reason I loved it is because I met him, bro. That's the only person I talk to now.
Nah, bro.
Alright, but let me finish, bro. So
Alright.
this kid, right? His work ethic, like, when I heard the news that you got into all the Ivy Leagues, like, I was like, oh yeah, that's fucking Grant. Because bro, y'all don't understand. Y'all can't comprehend like the amount of what's like the discipline, bro. Like I've asked him to hang out a lot, like during middle school at times. He's like, nah, I can't. I'm studying this, doing this essay.
It's
stuff.
real, bro. Like
it's
when
always something you tried to do. Like it's not surprising because people can't even grasp like.
Yeah. When I say that, I mean it, bro. Like, I remember I was in the trenches junior year, and I say trenches metaphorically. Like, I don't live in the trenches, but
Dude,
I am not from O-Block.
We low key might get shot at right now, bro.
No. I don't do any gangsta, none of that. Like, I don't mean that.
Or those fireworks or gunshots.
Yeah. In my neighborhood, bro, it's fireworks. But anyways, what I was saying is like junior year, like writing my Common App essay and like doing all my college work, bro. Like I was working at least 4 hours a day on essays and, you know, practicing for interviews, doing extracurriculars. Like it was like really hard, but you know, I'm glad with the results, and now I can enjoy myself. Like I told myself and I told my parents, like I will grind right now, but after my senior year, like you got to let me do whatever I want, because like if I make it, then you know, like I've done did it, you know.
Yeah, but you gotta, bro. But like the hard work's gonna be even harder now. Though,
oh, don't get me wrong. Like,
I'm
nowhere near done.
You could let loose, bro. But this is like when you gotta lock in. Like
yeah. I mean, it's crazy. Like I met this guy when I was going to Yale and going to the frats. I met this one guy, and he was talking about how like we were at a frat and we were playing like coin flips or whatever, and he was like, yeah, bro, I just like I'm here to party, like, and he was obviously some rich white dude, whatever, came from money, but he was like, I'm here to party, like have a good time. And it's crazy because like if I go to Yale and like, you know, jack off and do nothing, like then I will get nowhere. It's all about like how much work I put in now. So, you know, it's a rinse and repeat of high school pretty much. But just better opportunities.
I'd say take the summer off and have
one
last hurrah before you
go
try hard. But I wanted to say something first, because you kind of inspired me, I'm not gonna lie. So I remember one day I was like on Snapchat and I saw your story and I saw like the 6 I thought it was fake. I was like, what? I was like, is this even possible? Because I didn't know like kids I thought it was like in the movies. I thought you'd be like ethnic and like or something crazy like get it. And I saw you getting like I didn't really know you, but like I knew of you. I was like, somebody I know got into 6 Ivy Leagues, and so I swiped up and I was like, no way. And you were like, yes. Yeah. And then it was just because as a kid I always used to be like, yeah, I want to go to Harvard, I want to go to Yale. And then as I grew up I was like, I'm not going to Harvard, I'm not going to Yale, I'm a white male, I'm not going to any of these schools. And I think I'm a pretty good student, and I just gave up on that dream until I saw you do it. Yeah. And man, I think it's possible again. You inspired me, man.
Thank you, bro. I'm glad I did, because that's kind of like what I like to do with like my platform and stuff, because you know, I've had people like from Germany and like around the world text me and be like, hey, like, you know, I saw your TikTok, congrats, like super inspiring.
Who's anyone like we would know, like swipe up and be like, hey, come to, you know what I'm saying, come to
what you mean by
like just slid into DMs.
I had Noah Schnapp slide in my DMs.
Hey yo,
from Stranger Things.
From Stranger Things.
I swear. Hey, no, for watching this, bro.
I'm not familiar with.
You didn't watch Stranger Things.
I know, but like, what does this person look like?
Bro, he's this kid.
He's got like 37 mil on Instagram.
Yeah, he's famous. And he like came out at like 18, and I saw some funny stuff because everyone knew he was gay, and someone was like, "Blood was the last one to find out." Like he came out, and the people like he thought everyone was gonna like freak out. Like we all knew he was gay. Like, the last one to figure it out. What?
Bro, that is hilarious, dog.
If you're enjoying the video so far, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate it.
But yeah, I mean, it wasn't. I don't think it was like that. Like he slid in my DMs and he was like, yo, like
No, it wasn't anything like that. Yeah, it was.
he was just like, yo, you should come to UPenn.
No, it was
And-
like that, bro. It was like that.
Maybe it was, bro.
It's a setup. It's digital footprint, bro. You got to be careful. He's an actor, but it was like,
Oh yeah.
No, it wasn't like anything where he was just like we texted back and forth. I was like, yeah, like asking him about UPenn because I'm genuinely curious. He goes to Wharton, which is like the #1 business school in the world, and of course, I mean he's like a famous actor. But anyways, yeah, and we had a chat for a minute about like why I should go to UPenn, and because I was talking about how the homelessness and like the drug problem is really bad in Philly right now because I have family up there and they said like don't go to UPenn because like the city is just so bad.
I was just in Philly like this summer, bro. Place is failed society, bro.
Yeah,
That place
it's
is
ran
fucked,
down,
bro.
but
It's like San Fran.
Dude, it looks so bad.
yeah,
bro.
yeah. I mean,
San-
not like San
Bro,
Fran.
San
It's like
Fran is
San
dirty.
Francisco is.
I feel like there's just homeless
California's a
people
failed
all
state.
over California, bro.
California's a failed state.
like Skid Row kind of thing.
Yeah.
I've never been to the West Coast.
Me
I haven't
neither.
either.
I don't want to.
Don't waste your time. I went a couple years ago. It's homeless paradise, man. It's literally like, you pay so much in property taxes and like it's for what? For nothing. Like for homeless people to like just live in your front yard and you can't do anything about it. You can't defend yourself either. This one guy, I heard a story. He somebody broke into his house and he stabbed the dude or something and he got in trouble for stabbing the dude and the guy sued him for injuries and the guy won who broke into his house.
Wait, have y'all seen the TikTok of the kid in England? He like walks into the houses as a challenge. You know what I'm talking about?
What's his name, bro?
This guy.
Zudi?
Zudi, I don't know. He was on Piers Morgan. He literally, this kid.
Oh, that
Zudi.
kid, yeah.
He's stolen.
I need to
He's
find this
stolen
kid.
somebody's dog before and like ran off with it, like boom gang. He's like walked into people's houses when the doors are open, just sat down on their couches, and like it's England, so like nobody has guns, so like you can't. If that happened in America, he's getting shot first thing that happens. Like somebody walks in your house,
Bro.
and it's so crazy.
That's wild, man. It's crazy. Like in Iceland, it's nothing like crime like that. But in Iceland, there's no crime rate, so you can literally. I have family that used to live there, and you can literally like leave your babies and strollers on the street, and nobody will take them because there's literally like effectively a 0% crime rate.
The population's like nothing, bro.
You know that Jacksonville, like they get shipped like homeless people, not literally, but like on buses, like because of a lot of homeless in the South. It's very like obstructive to like Tampa and Miami, so like the bus fare is like really cheap or like effectively free, so they can just come to Jacksonville. That's why the homeless is so bad here.
Dude, we were at prom because the prom was at the Prime Osborne or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the bus station, like the station's right across the street. So many homeless people just coming in off the trains and stuff, and some sketchy stuff.
I
I feel
know.
like bro, it's like low key like such a big problem though if you really think about it. It's like low key such a big problem though if you really think about it. Like, is there like no shelters in Jacksonville? Like, what goes on?
It's like it's too many. Like it's just overflow. So there's no room for them, and yeah, it sucks, bro.
It's
I hate
sad.
that it's such an issue.
It's sad too. It's a mental health problem too, because these homeless people, because it's to be homeless, like you really have to have like, because you don't just get homeless like.
Be careful what you
You
say.
don't
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's stuff that happens
Yeah.
to you, and there's like
But most of them are mentally ill because most people, if you're not mentally, you can get a job like somewhere and you'll be okay. So there's a big mental health issue in America, and that's a big reason also for other things such as like the shootings and stuff and whatnot.
it reminds me of y'all know Delonte West.
Nah.
You know the basketball player? He played in the NBA and like now like he literally roams the streets homeless and people just take videos of him.
Bro.
Like
saw
they don't
I saw
help
like
him or
Andre
anything.
3000.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
like this
He's
guy's like
actually
no, but this
homeless.
guy's like actually homeless, and he like because he did I don't know I guess he was like heavy into drugs or something. But what he did though, he bought like all of his family, like paid for all of his family's colleges, like helped his whole family, and now he's just stuck on the streets.
Bro, that's like that. But he's not homeless. Who's that one footballer who did that? Like the really sweet guy that y'all always talk about, like the really cute one.
Conte?
The one that like paid for like a new school in like Senegal or whatever. You know who I'm talking about?
Mane.
He's like cute, bro.
Wait, what do you mean he's
Bro.
cute?
He's like y'all have sent him into the group chat and you're like, bro, he's like
It has to be Conte.
It has been going
Shout
on.
out Conte.
there's-
Shout out
what
Conte.
about Conte, bro?
He bought school.
he like brought like a lot of his family to schools.
Shout out Mania. Shout out.
Yeah, I think it was him. Yeah.
Shout out Conte.
Yeah, shout out Conte. I think he spent like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
I know
to build a school.
there's a bunch of African players that has done stuff like that,
Uh,
and like it's just
it's
good. It's
inspirational.
good to see
The
shit like
African-
that.
I love the African players except for one,
Who?
Paul Pogba. Pogba. Fuck Paul Pogba.
Why, bro?
You don't know about my interaction with Paul Pogba.
Oh yeah. You gotta tell us.
No, let me know.
Paul Pogba, bro. Fuck Paul Pogba. If I ever catch Paul Pogba, bro, oh my god, I fucking hate you. Oh my god. So when I was a little kid, right? Well, this is like 2 years ago. When I was 14, Paul Pogba was in my top 10 for favorite players, bro. I loved him, bro, so much, right? I was at Universal, bro. Universal when I was 14 years old, and I see on Instagram, bro, he's at Universal too. He's wearing this flamingo outfit with his girl or whatever. And I'm like, guys, I leave my group. I was like, I have to find Pogba. So I'm looking around. I'm like looking at his Instagram story every couple of minutes, like trying to find his location. And I see him, bro. He's in the Dr. Seuss section, walking with his girl, and they're like, I'm all excited, and nobody's like storming him because like it's America and no one really knows who he is and stuff. And so it's Pogba, his bitch, and then this really tall, big African man. And so I walk over. And I'm a little kid, like and I go over my phone. I was like, "Hey, Pogba, can I get a picture?" He looks at me, like laughs, says something to French to his girl. Then the bodyguard comes over. He says, "No picture," and then walked away. And ever since, that's my villain origin story. I hate Pogba, bro. Like, I feel when he couldn't play in the World Cup this year, I felt no like sympathy or empathy at all. I hate that man.
He's liking at the club level right now, though.
Yeah. Dude, he's benched as a.
Nah, but like,
He
bro,
deserves
him playing for France is like a completely different player, though. Like 2018 World Cup, he like carried that. Didn't
I
carry,
hate
but he
Pogba.
played crazy that. You know.
I hate Pogba.
I wish I follow football like that.
Like none of, like that. No one
What are
else like.
What are you doing? Are you done with baseball, or what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm done with baseball. I kind of gave that up like mid baseball season because I realized, after I like did well like on my college apps and like I actually got some acceptances back, I was like, I'm not gonna do this in the future.
I don't
Like,
even think people know. Bro, you played baseball too while you were doing.
All this stuff.
yeah,
like,
bro, I played.
academically.
Baseball is like soccer in that it's very time consuming, and I
Yeah.
was at summer tournaments. Like I played year round.
I think it's more
and-
time consuming. I have some friends
Yeah.
play. It's like all the time.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's like you use less energy, but there's like so for that reason there's more games.
Yeah. So like I remember one time when I was 12 years old, we played in a tournament. It's Cooperstown. It's like the most famous youth league championship, whatever. And
York, right? Yeah.
and it I remember I think we played like 5 or 6 games in a day. Like
Yeah,
we were up at
it's
7
crazy.
and the last game was at like 10 at night.
Yeah.
So baseball, I loved it for a while, but then I started to like not enjoy it as much. So I was like,
when did it
fuck
stop?
that.
When did you like stop like
senior year, because
Senior
I
year.
didn't like my coach. He shall remain nameless, but I did not like him that much, and he just kind of made me like hate the game.
It's relatable, bro. Very relatable.
Really?
To us. Yeah. Very relatable. To us.
Wasn't y'all's coach like funny though?
He was hilarious, but he was an
Bro,
ass,
they
bro.
were-
Really?
He was a
He
troll.
went too far sometimes. Bro.
For you.
No, for Jacob.
For Jay, he like
Jacob.
low key
I
like
love
he
him, bro.
probably just didn't like you, bro,
Yeah.
for some reason.
No, I love him. He's cool. I like
Yeah.
him. He's cool.
I like because I also play music, so like I liked playing instruments like way more than baseball, just because it's more like personal to me. Like
I feel like that with all sports, you get tired of it after a while.
mhm.
That's how.
It was like a burnout almost,
I disagree, but I feel like a lot of people get that, but not everybody. Like
Like
people go pro, they
obviously the
don't get
pros, like
Yeah.
they love like the grind and like
And they're obsessed with it, and they're
Mhm.
good at it. So, yeah.
it's
You
not
have-
for everybody.
You have to be obsessed with something though to like excel at it.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's what it
100%.
takes.
Even not even the thing, just like the reward that you get from it, or like
Yeah.
the grind of doing so. Like I personally I hate every time I'm in the gym, but I train 7 days a week just because I like the feeling afterwards. Like I hate like when I'm doing my sets, I'm like I hate this shit. Like I'm so sick of doing dumbbell rows, but like I still do it because I know I want the feeling afterwards.
David
You look
Goggins.
good.
They don't
Literally,
know me, son.
bro.
They don't know me, son.
You don't know me, son.
Who gonna carry the boat? But his books are really good.
So
I'm
you
a-
said that the year that you were at your freshman year, your first school, was when you started to hate baseball, right?
well, I liked it, but I didn't love
But
it.
we need to talk about the weird shit y'all would do for Stanton's baseball team.
Bro, we
Bro.
did some whack stuff. I think we got a video. I remember we had a video that went viral. It had like 1 million views, but it wasn't weird. But yeah, we did that was bad, bro. Actually, let me tell y'all a story about this. So we posted the okay. So whenever Who I Smoke was big, by what's his name?
What was his
Young
name?
and Ace. Young and Ace. So yeah.
Wapa the chocolate.
Young and Ace came out with that song, and we had just won districts. So one of our like team captains was like, "Yo, we should make a video." And so
Mind you,
we
this school is in Moncrief.
This is where they
yeah.
like
We-
stay, bro.
Stan is in the hood. Like, we are very much in a, you know, different part of town. So,
It is
anyways,
not fireworks.
Such
It
a
is not
crazy
fireworks over there.
dynamic.
oh, actually,
I just really.
Wait, what?
That's the.
What were you
holy
saying?
Shit, cause
What?
like, so the Who I Smoke song, they were like basically like talking.
They were
about,
talking
like,
about the
the
ops
people
that they
that live
killed in Jacksonville.
in Moncrief.
yes.
That's so crazy.
Yes.
That part never clicked
Yeah.
for me, bro.
Those were names of people that like actually got shot and killed, like in gangs from Jacksonville. So, anyways,
No, but I'm talking about like in Moncrief. Like Stanton is in Moncrief, and they made the TikTok.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like literally in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
That's so fucking crazy.
yeah, no, it
bro.
was stupid. So
Continue.
it was a really bad idea, but it got views. So we posted this video, and we're basically like pointing at the schools that we beat in districts, like pretty innocent. So, anyways, we go back to school the next day after we won, and we had baseball practice, and this Dodge car pulls up right next to the field. It was black, I still remember, and they roll down the window and they're like, how old is y'all? And we were like 16, 15, and they were like, oh, never mind, and they drove off. But that was likely the people that saw the video, because it went viral like that. It got 1.7 million views like that. And the next day, people pulled up to our baseball practice waiting for us and told us,
They even let you go, even though I feel like they wouldn't care.
and then the school faculty had to come out and say, hey, y'all have to take the video down, like, blah, blah, blah.
Dude, that was such a fucking crazy time period, bro.
I know, bro.
Remember when we were warming up? We were warming up for a soccer game, and somebody literally got fucking shot.
Bro, no, we were.
Yes, I was at baseball. I had a baseball game that day, and I remember I heard, and I was like, one of my buddies was like, that was definitely not fireworks. Like that, those were gunshots. And then I just see like a helicopter go, like
Dude, that
across
shit
the
was so
sky, and it was
crazy.
at that gas station right next to the school.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Bro, that was.
That was honestly after the thing. That was another instance.
Oh,
That wasn't
was
the
it?
same because bro, soccer and baseball don't.
Oh yeah.
So that was a different.
Me and Aiden were retrieving balls.
Oh, this is the. Oh.
behind the goal. We were not even a block away. We heard a boom, boom. 5 minutes later, like a police came. I'm like, damn.
That shit is
Wait,
so
do you remember
cool.
this Stanton game? Last year, there was like, there was like gunshots, and then like the ambulance would like come back and forth, and it was just like so casual.
This is how it is.
And there was like I saw like there was like a 4-year-old girl like outside by herself, like on the street, just like swearing at Sergey and stuff, like just like cussing at
You know how like the school buses would go by sometimes, and then they like would like anything like spit out of their mouths, bro, like any
Yeah.
cuss word.
Yeah.
That shit is, and they're like in 3rd grade, and they just roll down the school bus windows and just literally any type of words, bro.
Words I can't say, bro.
We know.
Crazy
We know.
shit. Like that, man.
Yeah. Why'd you leave Stanton?
Man, it was a combination of me realizing that you don't need to get where I got. I didn't need Stanton. Like, everybody thinks that like you need to go to the top school in the U.S. You need to go to a good high school with a good reputation. You don't need that, because in reality, college admissions officers only care about how you make use of the resources around you. And so I realized that, and I also am passionate about like environmental science, and Fletcher has a really good program in that, and it's closer to the beach. So like some classes for marine science, we'd literally walk down to the beach. So
That's sick.
it was just a good move overall, and I'm
It's
glad.
closer where you live too, right?
Yeah, it's Stanton. It was like a 30-minute
Bro,
drive,
I
but
did,
now
I did not enjoy that drive
And
every
then-
single morning.
Wait, did
So
people know
ugly.
about Stanton though? Like,
Oh, we'll talk about
If-
that.
yeah.
Talk
But
about it right now, bro.
if bro, look it up right now. Stanton is like a top, historically ranking like top 50 in the U.S. High school. It has had like great students come through. Like, I know this one kid who got into all 8 Ivies and Stanford, who went there a couple years ago. But
Mary's brother.
yeah.
didn't
But
he? I thought didn't he cap?
Yeah, he capped on
Didn't he?
us.
Didn't
no.
he cap on-
I mean, he still got into all 8 Ivies
Yeah,
and
but-
Stanford. So like, anyways, but this kid like originally committed to Stanford, decommitted, committed to Yale, decommitted, and then is now at Harvard.
Wow,
So,
that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, but Stanton's, don't get me wrong, like has the reputation for a reason because it's very rigorous, but it wasn't for me. It's not for me.
rigorous-
Yeah,
a little too rigorous.
It's rigorous, bro. But if we're being honest, like, it was not that bad, bro. It's not.
I did
People-
fine.
I didn't. I hated that shit, but like, some people would like literally like act like it's like the devil. Like, honestly, like
Yeah.
it's not that bad.
I've heard
bro.
horror stories about it.
Yeah,
I've
but
heard,
like,
terrible.
It
if we're
ain't
being
that
if we're
bad.
being honest, bro, like
Some
it's not
people
that
just
bad.
like
You're
I hate it. I know. I
Trolling, bro.
look. I hated that
This
shit.
man
I hate it. I hated that
every
shit.
day, bro.
Every single morning, I'd wake up and East would just play in my head by Earl Sweatshirt. That was the song. And when I hear that song, it reminds me of waking up in the morning and going to Stanton, bro.
Bro.
I hated that shit. But like, if you have the mindset, which us two did fucking have it. We hated that shit. Some people just got that mindset and they could do it so easily, bro.
Everybody's playing the victim mindset now.
Yeah, like that-
If
that's
you
what
go
it
into
is.
that school with that, you're gonna get tortured just
You're gonna
because
get-
it's
That's
not
what
for the
we
weak,
do.
bro.
We're gonna
It's-
get-
it's for the
you're-
weekend,
you're
dog.
gonna
My
get-
brother, wait, what'd you say?
He was telling me before we started recording. He was talking about how you misspelled what.
Technical difficulties. I'm sorry, but we were talking about what were you saying?
I was making fun of you because Jack, before we started recording, he was telling me how on one of your podcast clips you posted like the week. You were saying it wasn't for the week, and you spelled it WEEK. And then one of your boys said it's for the weekend, dog.
Bro, you can literally you can make like a collage of Jacob posting like like not trying to be funny but funny shit
Yeah.
like unironically.
Jacob's the most
bro.
unironically funny person I've ever met in my life. Like, he's just not real. Like, he'll post things without like thinking, and it's
Yeah.
like so like head-ass, bro.
When you post Anthony clean cuts, bro, and you're just like,
I gotta
It's
drop
so
the face. I gotta drop the face.
it's so bad.
You're like-
bro.
This kid is the most unironically funny kid I've ever met in my life, dude. Like, he's just a meme, bro. He's a walking meme, bro. He's head-ass.
He's group leader, dog.
That's
Hey, he's
you.
group leader, bro.
is group Kaiser.
This man right here, bro.
All right, yeah, I'm also not
Every
real.
girl I snap, he's always in the picture with them. Like,
I
he's
get
hanging out
bitches.
with them.
What's your point, bro?
No, but they're not like.
How do you?
I mean, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, dog. Like,
Have you been?
Damn,
if
wait,
she's-
wait,
if
say it
she's-
again, say it again.
like
He just called me ugly as fuck.
no, bro.
He just called me.
I'm
ugly.
saying like
a supermodel just called me ugly.
I'm not no supermodel. You remember when we were talking to what's his name, Jordan? He was like in the group chat and he sent in like his girl or whatever. And we were all like, yeah, bro. Like, I guess if you like her, like I'll support
As
it.
long
like,
as long as you happy.
as long as
bro.
you happy, bro.
Have you been focused on girls at all, or you just
Nah,
been like
man.
out the picture right now?
I'm so like, cause this summer I have to do basic training for the Navy. So
Mm-hmm.
and what they do is they take you up.
You shouldn't say that, bro. Hey, all the girls out there, keep hitting them up, bro.
It's like he's like
He's just lying. He's just lying.
He's lying.
he's
He's
not like
lying.
an incel, bro. I mean, like he's still like you're still like if the opportunity comes up, you're like you'd still take it, right?
Nothing wrong with that.
Obviously.
You just can't like
yeah. So
can't let it control your life.
exactly.
Yeah, that's what
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying, bro. Like, if people like wanna like hop in and like join on like what I'm doing, then like that's kind of like what I'm looking at.
But you can't change your direction for somebody else.
Nah, bro.
Hell no.
But these
Nah,
women can be changing for him.
nah, dude.
Why-
I got
why-
my own goals, bro. Like if you want to like compliment that, then by all means. But
They come with the success. It's just how it is, bro.
not all of them want you for like you, and that's what I'm like kind of worried about, like going to school and stuff. Like I'm trying to. Because Yale is known as like a hookup Ivy. Like all the Ivies are like, yeah, they're like party hookups. Nothing is like really taking that seriously. Obviously there's a lot of people in relationships, but
You're gonna meet so much new people though, bro. Like it's just gonna be like a whole different
Yeah.
world for you.
I actually met. So I went to all the parties and I met a bunch of people. But when I was in the summer camp for Yale, there actually was a girl who is rooming with Bill Gates' son.
I want to talk about that. Is there like a lot of like global like elite
Oh,
type kids
yeah.
there that go there?
Oh,
Like a lot
yeah.
of like
Like,
rich,
because-
powerful people.
I mean, think about it. They want, at the end of the day, Ivy Leagues are just and colleges and universities in general, they're just businesses and they want fame and money. So if they bring in kids like Noah Schnapp, who are famous actors with millions of followers, who are actively telling people like come to our school, they just make more money.
Some colleges have more money than literally countries.
Yeah.
Like small countries.
Yale University is one of the richest universities.
Yale probably has more money than Albania. Like is that crazy, bro? You
Yeah.
planning on joining any secret societies?
Yes, bro. I
Skull and
hope
Bones. Skull and Bones.
to. I hope to.
Be a future president.
I mean, a lot of global leaders have been passed through there, and it's
Yeah.
crazy because you can't talk about it. Like
Yeah.
whenever you join a secret society, all you can say is like, "I'm a Bonesman" or "I'm in Skull and Bones," but that's it.
Smart response.
You can eat children. They make you.
Yeah,
Smart
Nah,
response.
Valid.
Smart
I
response.
I actually don't think they do anything.
Grant, I could like, bro, like no dick eating shit, bro. I genuinely believe you could like be president one day, or like some like.
Thank you, bro.
Y'all some
I
full
hope to
dick eating
be,
shit, I
or
believe
be, you know, impactful.
But
in
I
that
don't.
way.
I don't know. I don't know if you want to like get into like governmental stuff, bruh, because that's like. It's a whole bunch of like. Ugh. That's a whole different world, but like, I could definitely see you doing something like that.
I think you'd be a great politician. You got the charisma, the look, the intelligence, the composure. You got it all. You got the whole package.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I'm just like with political leaders and stuff today. I'm just kind of exhausted because it just feels like we keep getting like crap every single ballot. Like, there's nobody that I actually want to vote for, and so I don't know.
Kanye.
Somebody's gotta step up, bro.
Well,
Come on, bro.
we're
Like,
kind of talking about being a leader and political stuff. I know you have a nonprofit.
yeah.
Like, you want to talk about that a little?
Yeah, man. So I started my own nonprofit junior year, and it's called Consequences, CO2 and Sequences, and it's a little play on words. And yeah, I started as an environmental nonprofit, and that was like one of the big things on my resume and for college apps. But recently, Jacksonville recently indefinitely suspended curbside recycling as of
Two better
2021. Yeah, I know, right? And what my nonprofit did is we went out and set up mobile drop-off sites, because all that Jacksonville did is they were like, hey, here's 17 spots where you can drop off your recycling, do it whenever you want, but we aren't going to pick it up for you for a couple months because of COVID. And then they went and spent $1 million on removing a statue. So, you know, it's not like they didn't have the money. But regardless, we set up mobile drop-off sites and collected several thousand cubic feet of recyclables from people.
You said curbside, like they banned it.
Yeah, they didn't ban it, but they were like, we aren't going to pick up from your house for a couple months.
I have a crazy idea. I'm about to solve the trash problem in America right now. I say we get rid of money and all of our currencies, and we start using trash as currency.
On God, bro. Like, if you could use like a soda can as like,
Cause you're telling me if you
50
don't
cent?
see a soda can, it's like, yeah, like 50 cents or $1, you're not gonna pick it up.
yeah, I pick that
Exactly.
shit, yeah,
It's smart. I fixed the problem just now. America, y'all need to listen to me.
bro. We need to be more like Singapore.
Wow, what's up
What's
with
up
You know,
with
Singapore is like one of the like cleanest countries in the world, and it's one of the greenest too.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
did not know that.
Yeah, if you pull up pictures of Singapore, you'll see like the beautiful infrastructure they have going on. You can't chew gum in Singapore, which is
Oh, I know
crazy.
that. I know.
Yeah.
You can't like that. I thought it was pretty crazy.
I think it's just us as a society, bro, because I had a family member that recently went to Japan because somebody I know lives in Japan because they do work there. And they told me like they're like the cleanest people ever, bro. Like they pick up everything off the ground. There's no like trash, no like they just have everything nicely in garbage cans and stuff, and that's like so crazy to think about. And that like reminds me of like, I don't know if you know about like the World Cup, but like all like the Japanese fans and stuff after the matches they pick up trash off the floor and
I was
stuff.
at the World Baseball Classic in Miami, and we played for we watched the Japan games. It was the Japan versus Mexico. They won, and then literally they stayed after and picked up the trash. All the fans that came from Japan, Tokyo, like Tokyo, Japan, and all that. Like the dude next to me was from Tokyo. He flew in that day, and he stayed later to pick up the trash.
It's just like they just have more we just have no respect compared to
I
them,
just
bro.
think that it's too. I mean, yeah, but it's too late to change. Like you're not gonna like.
Bro, it's never too late to change. I personally think one thing that every American should do is compulsory military service, like they do in France, where I think the minimum requirement is like 3 years.
Wait, what do you
or
mean
something.
compulsory? That's
Like you are
required?
yes, you have
think
to
it should
serve
be?
in the armed
That's
forces.
a hot take.
I 100%. Okay, so here's my reasoning behind that. One, the discipline that it instills in
Yeah.
you, because you're working out every day. The balance. Okay, listen. I think that physical fitness is like one of the most important
Yeah,
things in life.
it's
Like
facts.
if you are fit, you are mentally okay. You're confident in yourself. Like people talk about it all the time, bro. If you're fat, ugly, like you have low self-confidence, go work out for
these bitches. I'm just saying.
Me.
if you have low self-confidence, go work out for 2 months and like come back and look at yourself and you'll be like, I'm a different person and
That is
I can actually like love this. Because people like, you know, the Gorlock the Destroyer or whatever, who that like
You
you
said
know that
like
girl, like people like that are trying to think like,
Snorlax.
why don't people?
I look, dude. Now that you're
You
talking
said
about
men and women.
No, everybody, bro.
Yeah,
Non-binary,
I
like whatever the hell you are, like go out, work out, and like find out who you are because nobody can build yourself up as you can in the
I was
gym.
like low key like when you first said that like required military service. I was like kind of like, what are you talking about? But like now that you're like explaining it, bro, like that shit makes so much sense.
And just like putting yourself in stressful, uncomfortable situations, like being maybe even on the battlefield.
Yeah, I think everybody has to put themselves in those situations.
Yeah.
They do that in Israel. And Israel, I'm not sure if you guys know this, it's this small little country in the Middle East surrounded by like all these countries that hate them and want them dead because.
Before you go on, let's not get anti-Semitic.
Yeah,
I'm
not
Jewish.
supporting none of
I
that.
know
Oh, you are? No way.
Yeah, my mom's Jewish. I'm Jewish. Yeah.
Shalom.
he's not Jewish.
I don't like.
He's not Jewish.
Shalom.
He
What's that mean? Is that
That's
hello?
hello and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, shalom.
the only thing he
Barakatoy,
knows.
Illinois, Lehinu, Mazel Tov. That's all I know.
Okay, well,
All right, but anyway, in Israel, it's a small little country, tiny country, and it's surrounded by
Is
all
it
these.
small?
What?
Tiny little guy.
And it's surrounded by all these like countries that hate them because the Israeli people are Jewish, and around them are these Muslims and Jewish people historically.
Free Palestine.
They don't really get to, yeah.
Free Palestine.
Bro, man.
And then nothing against Palestinians, but
Free Palestine.
it's the promised land. It's their land, man. It was promised by them. But anyway, that little country, all the countries around it are in like devastation. Have you seen Palestine? Have you
Yeah.
seen the wall? Israel looks like America. It's a developed, nice country, and I think it starts with the structure. They all have to do military service, and they're in the top 10 militaries in the world. This small little country, they're one of the best economies, and they're a really nice country, and they're surrounded by trash. The Middle East is mostly trash, except for like the UAE and stuff. But most of the Middle East is like not very good, and Israel does fine, and like small little country, super rich. And has all their priorities straight, and I think it comes with the structure of the military.
Are they like very good friends with America?
Oh, very good friends, yeah.
Expect that.
Some people, man, they just need to be humbled like that with like the compulsory military service
Yeah.
because otherwise, like they go around thinking that, like one thing my dad has always told me is like he wanted to put me in boxing, and I was boxing for a while when I was younger because he always wanted me to know what it felt like to be punched in the face because when you get knocked out, bro, it's different. Like you brought back down to earth, and you know how like quick.
So
The
you
tables
said
can
you
turn.
talked about your dad and stuff. How have your parents influenced you in a positive way? Like just with
Man.
everything, because you're nothing without your parents, bro.
Oh, I have the best parents in the world, and I'll stand by that. I'm a military brat, so my dad has been in the Navy, and I've had the opportunity to live in Hawaii, Tennessee, and now Jacksonville, and he's just been my.
You lived in Hawaii?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I lived in Oahu.
How long ago?
I lived in Knoxville, Tennessee when I was a baby, and then I moved out of there when I was 5, and then I lived in Hawaii for about a year in Oahu, and it was gorgeous. I learned to surf
Honolulu?
there. No, Oahu,
Oahu?
which is like the second biggest island, I believe.
Oh.
So is your like you're permanently in Jacksonville now, family wise, or can your father like get
My
moved
my
somewhere
my
else?
father's in the reserves in the Navy, so they don't really have orders to move
Oh.
elsewhere. He's not active duty, but nah, man. And I'll tell this story. This is like one of the most inspirational stories that I hold near and dear to me. So when I was a freshman going into sophomore year, my dad was diagnosed with throat cancer of his thyroid, and he didn't tell me for a month or two, and then finally when it got really bad, he sat me and my brother down with my mom and told me, hey, I have cancer. But nonetheless, this whole time this guy's been working, going to chemo right after, and I remember vividly when I was sitting next to him at his hospital bed. Basically, it looked like he was on his deathbed. This man still had his laptop out and he was still working. So that's like the impression I've had of him, and I've grown up under. And man, he's just one of the coolest people I know.
Is he doing good now?
Oh yeah, he luckily made it out. It was only like stage 2 or 3, something
Okay.
not that serious in
Still
regards
serious.
to cancer.
Yeah, it's still serious.
Yeah,
I remember
but
when he told
nonetheless.
us, bro. That shit was.
You remember
at
what?
The dock, at the dock at Jacob's.
Man,
house, bro,
we had some bonding moments because that
Yeah,
was a
bro.
rough period of time, bro. Like having
was.
family with cancer,
That's
that's
a horrible thing.
you just want to like give them a hug and like hold on to them, but you never know if they're gonna die.
Yeah. How long ago was this?
This was end of freshman year, and I think he was like free of cancer before junior year, so pretty
good.
pretty recent.
That's
Pretty
good.
recent.
Is he doing like
All good now, bro.
And he was working the whole time. Like,
Yes.
Never let.
Yeah,
That's
he
impressive.
was still working, day in day out when he was sick. I remember taking him to work, and he had to do some stuff at the office, and I remember I had to like help him get a trash bag because he had to throw up. Like that's how like dedicated he was. Like
That's
he,
bro. That's
son,
setting
W
an
son.
example, bro.
yes, bro.
That
Like,
is setting. That's a good
He-
father.
Fatherhood is so important.
yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly, this is another hot take, bro. Like I think having a father figure is so important.
Yeah.
Like
Not even a hot take. That's like
Yeah, it's
It's
a
what
big
it
take.
is.
I mean,
Nutritious need to.
but especially in what'd you say?
Keep going. Keep going.
No.
Keep going. Keep
No,
going.
but I
What does that
mean,
even mean?
obviously people who are like impacted, but who don't have the chance to have a father, that is obviously terrible. But I think that like especially in younger women, like it's so critical to have like a strong father figure because it teaches you the value of like a traditional family
and they don't see it. It's crazy because like obviously there's situations where like obviously like the father's not in the picture because they left themselves, but there's also situations where like the mother's actively keeping the father away, and that's just obviously like, if the father's abusive, that obviously like,
Oh,
yeah. But like if
yeah.
it's like doing it like out of spite of the father just to piss him off, like that shit is so crazy to me because you're ruining your child's like.
These men, you guys better step up to the plate, dude.
That's
you should not have a child until you are ready to do so, because if you're bringing people in this world that can't be cared for, like you're ruining their lives. Like you should think of it that way, more of as like instead of a burden or something like that. Like you need to be aware of the consequences.
It's a very important job, and like you men better like take the responsibility, because that, especially if you have a son, because we were talking about daughters, but also for a son too, because your son, that's the man he looks up to, is you as the father.
Yeah.
And if you leave and stuff, when he grows up, he's gonna like not care for a family too, and he might start a family and leave too. It sets the example. It sets a spiral that can continue for generations. That's really bad. So as a man, you got to instill good values in your son too, and also like values like how to treat women like respectfully, and like just be a good person, because like being a man, like you can, it's tough.
Like, if you think about it, there's literally like boys turning into men that their father has never taught them how to, like, when you meet, like shaking someone's hand, giving them that eye contact. Like some people don't know that.
I'm telling you, bro, military service, dog.
Yeah.
All that's instilled. Shaking hands, authority, standing at attention, like all of that trickles down.
That's
to
a
other
really
guys.
good take, bro.
I'm telling you,
never
bro.
crossed
All
my
of us, all
mind.
of
And
us
everybody
here.
is so soft. Like everybody nowadays is like, they don't know what it means to like go to the gym consistently, eat right, like respect authority. None of that, bro. Everybody's so soft, and like compulsory military service would build us up to like be another great generation. But now we just sit behind our phones and
It's almost like I feel like another war has to happen. Like another like
I
war
don't know
that,
about
like,
all that.
Whoa.
No,
Okay.
no.
No, I
'cause look,
kinda feel it, I
something-
kinda feel you, I
dude,
kinda-
you gotta hear me out here. Something that sets us straight.
I don't think
Because
we
like
need,
we've been so
we've been
like
riding high.
we've been riding high. This like something.
I don't think we need like a World 3.
Yeah, I'm not going that far. Just something that like rattles.
I
us
think
as
maybe like
people.
a civil war, like just a war within ourselves.
Oh, so you mean like
maybe
a
like a spiritual war?
I think
Like we need like a
we're
awakening.
we're in a spiritual war right now, bro. You don't
like the
understand
Crusades, bro.
that. No, would you
We
civil
need a
war?
modern
Civil,
day
bro,
Renaissance,
bro, when you say civil war, that's crazy because I'm thinking of like the North and the South fighting against each other in like
we need an
2023,
East versus West,
bro.
dude. We
Like,
need East versus West, dude.
East versus West. I think that'd be better than North.
East would kill the West.
East is
What?
destroying
Dude,
West.
that's so
Honestly,
bad.
bro, like if there were a civil war to break out, I feel like it would be like Republicans and Democrats. Like,
Yo,
Yeah, it
no,
would be.
like I'm so serious. Like
And it's-
that would happen.
It's so crazy how like nowadays like they literally have it rigged up to the point where it's like it's only two political parties. Like literally nothing else can exist, and if it does, it's just pointless.
There's
why are
a
you there?
uniparty, bro. There's a uniparty. The elites, and it's terrible too, because the elites, they're in their same. They don't care if you're a Republican or you're a Democrat. When you're in the top, you're the top. You're all in the same party, and they have us peasants at the bottom fighting with each other. I'm a Republican. I'm a Democrat. Trump, Biden. Who this, that. We're worried about the wrong things. We're worried about the wrong things. And they have these guys in these positions to get us all mad. They are just characters, and they're using us, the people. We are the people. We are in charge. It says in the Constitution, we the people. We run the government. And these elites, they're turning us against each other, so we can't run things. And we need to understand this, and we need to come together and stop fighting over these. Like, back in the day, in the 80s, and like stuff, like, there was Democrats and Republicans. but
Hey, divide and conquer.
Bro, really?
Hey,
yo, this
listen,
is
listen. Hey,
Real.
Hey, dude. There's just like you could put it down to like 3 simple words, bro. That shit is just divide and conquer, bro. That's all it is,
Yeah,
and that's how
facts,
they got
facts.
us in all these.
It's a pyramid scheme,
You
bro.
know how like
Low-key.
how Corona shook up everything? Like everyone. No, Corona. Let me. No.
Corona.
No. It's not what you think. It's not what you think. It's not what you think.
Jacob, no. Before you go, you literally can't mention it on YouTube, or else you get a strike.
I know. No.
Yeah, so, like-
it's not about the VACC. It's not about that. It's about no.
If
It's
you mention
no.
anything,
Bro, just
dude. If they hear the word Corona, like, bro, you're getting.
the beer virus, whatever. How like that made everyone like as soon as it happened, everyone was like nice to each other, low key. Like just before like what's it like March, like the middle of March, everyone was nicer to each other, and like everything started getting canceled, and people started seeing how like bad it was
Right,
supposedly
right.
gonna be.
After
And then people started being nicer, and the world was a fucking like it started to be a better place. So I feel like fear.
You thought the
I
world
don't
was a
think
better
you're
place than
no,
COVID?
bro. Because honestly, like that month before George Floyd happened, like I feel like everybody was low key like starting to like,
Yeah.
get together. But then like once like the George Floyd thing happened, that's when like line right in the middle,
Mm.
and that's when.
I mean, I will say this: like some of my mentor always talks about is how 2020 was literally the year of like perfect vision and seeing people for who they truly are. Like think about all the people that you dropped in that year, all the moments that you had of clarity where you realize like, dang, like this is what I need to be doing. That was the year that I started working out consistently, going to the gym every day, and I like found myself in the year 2020. Very ironically, but it's true.
Hey, tell us in the comments how 2020 was for you. Thank you, and like and subscribe. Don't forget.
2020. I agree with you, Grant. 2020 was the like year for me. That was my like prime year. That was before that. I was in 8th grade. Like never really worked out. Never did anything. I watched a movie Fight Club, bro, and I saw Brad Pitt in that. I was like, I want to look like that. 2020 hits. This is before I even had like Instagram or Snapchat or anything too. I talked to one person. It was my girlfriend at the time. Only person I talked to, and the rest I didn't talk to any of my friends for the whole like 7-8 months we were in lockdown. I worked out 3 times a day, 7 days a week, no off days, bro. I was shredded. I counted my calories every day. I worked out. I read books, bro. I was crazy. I actually can't believe I was that guy. It's like I was like David Goggins. Like now I'm like kind of lazy. Like I'm like way lazy. Like I was insane. Like I was so disciplined. I can't believe I was that guy. I'd wake up every morning at the same time, do a face routine because I kind of had bad acne, and then I would go work out, do a morning in a fasted state for like 3.5 hours, and then I would eat, and then I'd do another workout. And it would be wind sprints, and then I'd train soccer because that was the sport I played, and then and at night I'd go for a bike ride, kind of settle down. I meditate too. That was the crazy thing. I used to meditate, bro. I couldn't even imagine meditating.
Hey, I still do, bro.
Like, I used to like actually meditate and do yoga and stuff. I'm fat now. Like, I can't do any of that stuff now. I don't know what
I
happened.
remember being in your workout Snapchat private, like seeing you. You were shredded. Bro.
I was crazy. This summer I want to get back to that, dude. Because I had a loss of structure this year because my ACL obviously, and I didn't play soccer. This first year I didn't play soccer, so I had no routine. I'm getting a job this summer, and I hope that puts me on track for a routine. And I got no excuse. So
I feel like what you need to do, work and then buy a membership at a gym. Cause the thing is with me, like I see it, cause I buy it. It's $25 a month, right? At Bailey's, and so I'm not trying to lose that money. I bought it. I'm gonna go, so I go every day and shit. The reason I go is to not lose. Like I'm paying for it. Like I need to use it.
Yo.
Bro, Jack, is it hot outside, dog? Look at that. Yo, show the camp your pits, bro.
Oh my god,
that reminds me. Somebody had the coolest business proposition. Listen to me.
I had physical therapy.
Listen to this. Somebody had like the craziest business proposition. You pay, alright, so for 1 year you pay like $1,000 for a gym, and every single day you go you get some money back. So ultimately if you keep on going you're gonna make the money back eventually.
That's a good idea.
you could method that the shit out. Though.
You probably could though.
Well, I mean,
But if you were to implement it the right way, it could work.
yeah,
Damn.
if it was cash.
If it was cash, pay $1,000, get some money every single time you go in, make that money back. Well, ultimately if you keep on going, that money gonna be back in your wallet.
But that's one of the cool things that I thought about Yale. Like, I was deciding basically like between who had the better food in the end between like Princeton and Yale. Like I'm so serious because
crazy.
the schools have the same academics basically, like, you know, dumb it down. because they're both Ivy League, so top 5 schools.
Isn't Princeton number 1?
Yeah,
I
Princeton.
Googled it after.
Princeton is currently ranked number 1, but I love that Yale had like 14 gyms, like some crazy odd number of gyms, because, and I'm telling you this right now, bro, and I've said it before, I'll say it again, like physical health is like the key.
It's the core
to
of
being,
everything.
Yes, like if you are comfortable in your own body and like you have a good physique and at least you're in shape, like you just can excel in everything else, especially in the classroom.
Your body is your temple.
Exactly.
Like, if you take care of your body, it goes over to other areas of life. It's more than just, I look good. It's a self-esteem thing. It's a confidence thing. Like, so it's a whole thing. It's your temple, man.
The best analogy that I've ever heard is act like you just got a brand new car that you've been waiting to get ever since you were 8 years old, and you finally get it when you turn 16. Act like that car is something you're gonna have for the rest of your life. Like that's how you should treat your body. Like the epitome of your success is how you treat yourself and how you eat. And
yeah, I don't see a single person that's genuinely happy, like in their 30s, 40s, or whatever, that isn't like at least a little bit in shape or taken care of.
Take a look at Mark Zuckerberg, who just started doing MMA and learning self-defense, or take a look at Jeff Bezos, who's just started working out and getting jacked. Well, yeah, he's also
you know what I think it is, bro. I honestly think they're putting shit in our foods. Like, I'm not talking about
we are putting stuff in our foods, like mercury poisoning in fish.
But look, I'm not talking about like on like a conspiracy theorist level. I'm talking about like, dude, like high fructose, like corn syrup, whatever, like all that nasty shit that you can get at like McDonald's and Wendy's. It's so easy and accessible, and like not only does it make you fatter, but like it ruins your mind too, bro.
Popeye's chicken sandwiches aren't even chicken.
Exactly.
It's mush. It's not even real.
It's
chicken,
like because like bro, like you need to think like your whole body's connected, bro. Everything leads back up here.
Yeah.
And like if your body's doing shitty, your brain's gonna start doing shitty. You're not gonna be in a good mindset.
That's why I at least like if people ask me like what I eat, because like from modeling I have to get like super cut down for shoots and stuff. If people ask me like what I eat, I'm like just eat whole foods, because if you aren't getting the nutrition that you need from like the crappy McDonald's stuff, like just eat like consistently one ingredient whole foods, green beans, rice, beans, chicken. That stuff will like build your mentality up too, because if you're feeding yourself artificially sweetened junk, like you're never going to be fully happy.
Sometimes it is not bad.
I know, but like look, the problem
have
is
your vices, but treat yourself only ever so often.
The problem is the money part of it, bro.
Yeah,
because that's just the way we
dude. And these fast food companies, dude, it's a drug, dude. So growing up, my parents are both very nutritionally based, like fitness people. So they never fed me like ever fast food ever in my childhood. Like I never had fast food until this year after I tore my ACL, because I had money built up from lifeguarding, and so I had my own like thing, and so I started eating fast food places because it's cheap. Not only is it cheap, it's pretty damn good, dude. Like it is good, like fried food.
Bro, a McDonald's burger doesn't even taste like a burger. It's just like there. Like
It's good. But some of the stuff is good, and it's so cheap, and it's like healthy food. That's the problem, dude. Healthy food is so expensive, and it sucks because that's what's good for you. But these unhealthy fried foods are all artificially like flavored and stuff that they're just so good, man, and I can't help it. And like so I start eating it, and it's, you get hooked, bro, especially with the sugar, dude. Sugar is the world's most addictive drug, and like
when you think about it, bro, it's literally it's just like cocaine, bro.
Have you ever like tried to go a day without like eating sugar, and you're like, dang, I really want something sweet right now. Yeah. It is a drug. Everybody's addicted to fast food and all that crap. But
sugar is the world's most addictive drug. It's the easiest. It's legal. It's not like not like cocaine or something. You can get it anywhere.
I want to go back to that though. When you said, I think that I disagree with that, because I think that if your eyes are in the right place, you will find good, healthy food and don't get me wrong, like it is more pricey, but if you are eating consistently whole foods and have a good diet, you'll eat less, because that crap that they sell for $1 at McDonald's is not satiating. But if you're eating whole foods, like you don't need to spend that much money.
I agree.
You're eating right.
It's manageable it's not like too crazy. That would be like, I think it'd be uproar if it was like too expensive, like because people need it. And I do definitely agree with your that's my mom's like biggest she preaches this all the time, eating foods that have less ingredients, because a lot of people are like, oh, the calories are low and this and that. Ingredients, what people don't look at is the ingredients. If there's a lot of ingredients, I don't care what the nutrition facts are, it's high in protein or low in carbs. If there's a lot of ingredients, that means your body has to break down all those ingredients, all those specific ingredients. That's more work on your body, and that is not good for you. And a lot of those ingredients, like high fructose corn syrup or like these oils that you don't know about, like look online, and a lot of these ingredients on these quote unquote healthy like protein bars and stuff aren't very good for you. It's actually better just to have like those 3 eggs, one like it's the less ingredients the better. Like even if the nutrition facts don't look as good, trust me, the ingredients, yeah, whatever you got, Elvis, dude, that thing is like,
Yeah.
let
me see that.
yeah.
Let's read the ingredients.
Read the ingredients of the thing, because it's 20 grams of protein, like low carb, so it looks good, but
I mean, most of this, like, if you can't like name or understand what is in your ingredient list, then you probably shouldn't eat the food.
facts.
Let's see.
I saw something at Prime
Tapioca
Energy.
starch. The hell is that?
Is there
Maybe
any
I'm
oils
just
on it?
stupid, but
Is there any
I
oils
did
on
see-
it?
I
He's a
did-
Yale commit. He can't be stupid.
maltitol.
Is-
Okay, I don't want to read this because I'm gonna sound stupid as
I saw something
hell.
that Prime Energy was like horribly processed as well. Like
Oh, here it is. Peanut oil. Anything, any oil.
You don't know peanut oil?
Palm
dog?
kernel oil. No, but fraction palm. Anything that's an oil is usually not very good for you.
Do you know that Rice Krispies have like pig fat in them? Pig skin?
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
Jacob's mom made some natural Rice Krispies, homemade Rice
Yeah,
Krispies.
we
So
made,
good,
like, regular-
so gas.
Most gummies have
pork.
are made with pork, pig,
That's
Mm.
why. That's why
gelatin,
they can't
pork
eat,
gelatin.
They can't eat Haribo like gummy bears because it's haram. Crazy.
That's wrong.
Hold up. I do like those vegan ones though. You know the ones that, bro,
Oh,
those
no,
are so
bro,
gas.
I got it, bro. I'm getting some after this.
Bro, they're so gas. They're like these. They like have like this like white cream in the middle of them, and they're like rolled in this fruit, and they're vegan, bro. They're so
vegan.
so
It's
gas.
so good, bro.
Have any of you ever like fasted before? Like tried
Yeah.
intermittent fasting?
Yeah, I
Crazy.
do that all because I'm cutting right now for a shoot. So whenever I
When
do
is your
that,
next shoot?
Wednesday.
Where's it at?
It's down. I just shot for Bell's Outlet the other day, but the
He's a model too, guys.
the best jobs I've had. You know, College Board.
Yeah, I've
So
seen.
I'm on
Bro,
the
he's on the cut. Yeah, y'all might see
You're
him.
on College Board?
Yeah, so
Ladies, hit him up,
ironically,
bro. Ladies.
ironically, like I experienced success with like college admissions. But the way that they pick models, it's like you're literally picking a model.
It's
They don't
so-
know about my academic
It's
profile.
so funny because like, bro, I've literally seen this man on Snapchat and Instagram ads, and it's just so random. It's so
They also-
funny, bro.
You've seen one, like the Snapchat, like
Yes, bro.
Yeah.
Like when you, dude,
Yeah.
it's so fucking crazy.
They picked me, and it just worked out that way. That because I'm on. My teachers always talk about how they see me like on the AP classroom and stuff. Like if you go there, like you'll see my face. But I also modeled for a Hispanic cookie brand. They thought they thought I looked Hispanic. I mean, I guess I kind of.
Yeah, you're tan.
What
Que
type of
lo
venue?
que-
You're
I'm Italian. I'm 50% Italian, and the rest is white. But
Hey.
yeah, man. But anyways, we were talking about cutting. Yeah. Yeah, dude. I eat like basically nothing, but I fast a lot to cut because it's so good. Like doing fasted cardio
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Calorie burner.
When I was like in my ripped body state, I found intermittent fasting was like great. If you guys don't know what intermittent fasting is, I think it is like, I think everyone should do it. Like it is the most efficient way to stay in shape, and it's not like fasting where you don't eat. You still eat, but you only eat for a certain window of the day.
And you can eat like whatever you
and
want.
you can eat like
yeah.
a pretty good amount, like and like eat like enjoyable foods, but not like obviously like desserts and stuff, but like you can still eat food you like, and like get an 8-hour window, and you just don't eat for 16 hours, and really that isn't that crazy because most of the time you only eat for 8 hours of the day. And then for ladies, I'd say do more 10 hours and 14 hours because you guys have hormones and stuff, and you know.
All right, so Grant,
Yeah.
we gotta close this out. Any messages you want to say to the people out there in the world?
Any words of
in the YouTube
inspiration?
world?
Anything you want to
Any
put out into the
inspirational
world?
things, man.
Man, I'll say this. Y'all who are watching this and whoever may find these clips know that, you know, I'm a white male from a decent economic background. I had no idea that I was going to achieve the things that I have. And not to sound like, you know, egotistic or whatever, but like I've accomplished a lot of my goals. And so I just hope that, you know, y'all are able to follow along on my journey. So if you don't follow along on my TikTok at Grant Tucker or all my socials, but my point in saying this is go for what you want, because like if you put in the work ethic and you set aside time to achieve whatever the hell you want, then
I've
you
seen
can
it
do that.
firsthand, bro. It's possible.
Yeah, if you told me 3 years ago I would get into 6 Ivies, I would laugh in your face, but I did. And if you realize that it is going to suck, like you are going to have a really hard time getting to where you want to go, and you do the work that you need to, then you'll get there. That's it, man.
And do what you think is right and what you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and people have told me, like, that used to be friends in our friend group or whatever, like, oh, Grant doesn't talk to me anymore, like,
Boy, working. He working.
Bro, that man is working. And I will say this, bro. I have my doubts too. I'm not gonna lie, because like there's sometimes where I'll call you, never call me back for like a long time.
It's never like that though. Yeah.
Except you were doing your own thing, right?
Yeah.
But then the one thing that I will always take to heart and I will take to the grave, bro. You'll always be my brother, bro, because I haven't talked to you in like a year, right? So September, my birthday. I was like, dude, I called him up, I'm like, bro, I haven't talked to you in like a year, bro. I'm having my birthday party today. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to come out, you can come out. Bro surprises me there. I'm like,
Surprise!
look
my
at this
ass.
man.
Hey,
I was
man.
like, what is he doing?
Listen, last thing I'll say before we close out is like, never forget your roots, bro. Like, you know, I was excited to do this for my boys just because, like, you know, I'm trying to make it, and I know they're trying to make it, so I'm just trying to spread the wealth. But like, never forget who you grew up with, because like those people were there when, you know, like y'all were here when, you know, I was, you know, I didn't have anything. Like, I was just another kid. So, you know, you got to remember who you came up with, because, you know, those people will be there for life.
I just want to take a second to say something. Final thing. I just want to say I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you.
I
man.
don't really know you that well. I met you the one time at Jacob's birthday.
Yeah.
But I'd like to get to know you better, hopefully,
Yeah.
after this. And thank you for okay, not like that. But
You
you still,
going
like,
out, bro?
I've really enjoyed like any time I've spent with you. You've always been really nice and kind to me. And I really like. I kind of glaze you behind the scenes. I'm not gonna lie. I'm one of your biggest fans, man.
Hey.
Like, I think you're like Mr. Perfect, man. I want to thank you for inviting us all in your home. I know you're like you go dogs with them, but thank you for inviting me.
Yeah,
you
man.
barely know me, but you've been such a kind host. Your mom was a very kind lady. She's tell her I said that, and thank you. And just I'm proud of you, man. I'm glad you're truly like an inspiration to me. I want you to know that.
Thank you,
It's
bro.
just-
And I'm
Thank
proud
you,
of
man.
your
I'm
work
humble.
ethic.
I'm
It's
humble
just,
about it, man.
it's just no matter like with some people, it doesn't matter when you see them, how long it's been, bro. Like, bro, you could be like, you're gonna be at Yale, bro. Like, that connection's always still there, bro. It doesn't matter. That's how it
Amen.
is.
All right, everybody, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe on the video. Turn notifications on if you can. If you like the video, go to his Instagram, my Instagram, his Instagram on the bios. And I will see y'all later. Thank y'all for joining me.
See ya.
Peace.
Yeah.